If you've got issues with seeing a makeupless face on YouTube, you're about to have a real problem for the next 10 days. Hey guys, it's V, and today we are going to be starting off my new series. I have decided, I got a really good comment from one of you guys to call this series the 10-Day Blender Bender. So that's what we are going to call it today. And basically what I'm going to be doing for the next 10 days is testing out 10 different types of beauty sponges. I definitely got this sort of idea from that Taylor from her 15 Days of Foundation because, you know, she's obsessed with foundation. I'm obsessed with beauty sponges, so I just felt like I needed to be the guinea pig for you guys and test out all of these beauty sponges for you. So I do have sponges ranging all the way from $1.50 to $19 for this series. I do already have all of them purchased and picked out, so feel free to leave suggestions for the next one below, but this one does have all the sponges already picked out, and a lot of them are sponges that I have seen a lot of people talk about. Some are sponges I've never seen anyone talk about, so I'm very, very excited to get into this with you guys. I thought that I would start out today, so I did a Twitter poll kind of asking you guys what you would prefer as far as how I ordered these videos. If you wanted them ordered from lowest price to highest price, from highest price to lowest price, through alternating prices. Thank you, Espy, for jumping off right in the middle of this video. She's gonna jump up into that window up there, and there she goes. Okay, so, and the winning one was alternating low price to high price. So I'm gonna start off with kind of a middle of the road kind of sponge price. This one was $10, and this is a 2-pack of beauty sponges from Ulta. So these are the Ulta brand of sponges. Again, it was $10 for both of them. So if you think about it, it's kind of like $5 a piece, but I kind of group them as $10 for the pack because you do have to buy the pack. So I'm gonna go ahead and get zoomed in on my face, and we're just gonna get down to business on this review. So I'm not gonna show this. I'm actually probably just gonna show this in this first review, but I'm gonna be using the same exact products throughout the entire series. So I will put them in my description box down below so that you guys know what they are, just in case you forget or anything. But the primer that I'm gonna be using is my NYX Hydratouch Primer. It is my go-to. It is one of my favorites of all time, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some of that on my face. Again, before I start any of the other videos, I'll already have this step done just so that we can, you know, have it be a little bit quicker. We're trying to get these done, you guys. I'm so excited to do this series for you guys. I know a lot of you were really excited when I mentioned it in another video, so I'm so excited to finally be doing this. This is my first day filming, obviously, so I'm filming day one for you guys. So the foundation that I'm going to be going in with, can you guys guess? Because I feel like you probably can. The Revlon Colorstay for normal to dry in Ivory. That's what I'm going to be using today. So first off, we are going to open up my little sponge pack. I looked on Ulta to see what the details for this is, and all it says is Ulta's Makeup Sponge Duo Kit is perfect for all your application and blending needs. So there you go, everyone. So it says the same thing on the back of the packaging here, so it doesn't really give any sort of direction, which is fine, I guess. It doesn't say on here whether you can use them wet or dry. I am going to be using every single one of these sponges wet personally because that's how I like to use sponges. I feel like it just blends out the product better. It gives the sponge their best kind of life in terms of trying them out. So there is 2 different types of sponges. The kind of grayish charcoal colored one is the angled, and then the other one is the classic pink one. So this is what the packaging looks like. I know a lot of you have tested out similar sponges of Ulta's brand and you've really liked them, so I'm excited to try them out for you guys. So let's see, the first initial squish, they feel a little dense, but we are going to go ahead and wet them so that we can see what they look like. So currently this is what they are looking like, and I am going to go and wet these very quickly so that we can see what they look like wet. Okay, so this is what these sponges look like wet. They definitely grew a little bit in size. As you can see, this one is a little bit more of a like Real Technique sponge shape, and this one is kind of more of a classic beauty blender shape. I do think this one kind of grew a little bit more than this one, but they do feel very nice and soft and squishy now. So let's get down to doing them on the face. This one is kind of like a twofer review. So I started out with a twofer because you get to know how both of these sponges blend. I'm not sure if you can get each of these separately. I'll put it right here if you can. I think you might be able to at least get this one separately. I'm not sure about this one, but let's get down to blending out my foundation and seeing how this works. We're going to initiate the Pikachu Clippy. This is a Pikachu clip that I got off of eBay. I will have the video where I talked about it linked down below in my description box, since I will be using it for the whole series, if I remember. So I guess we can just start out with the pink one on my left side of my face. So let's go ahead and get one pump of foundation and get down to business, you guys. We are about to test our first sponge. I'm so excited. Okay, so I've got a mirror here. I've got the sponge. I'm just going to dot this on the sides of my face how I normally would. And we're gonna see how this sponge blends out. Okay, I've still got a little bit left on my hand, so I'm just gonna see how it blends out right now. I'm gonna wipe off the excess on my finger here, and let's see how this sponge blends. So far, so good. Doesn't seem to be soaking up an excess amount of product. Seems to be blending out very easily. It's not super hard on the skin, which is great. These are very affordable, being only $10 for a pack of 2 of them. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and blend on the forehead. So that did a great job. I think there's no streaks, there's no excess of product being soaked up. It's pretty average as far as the amount of product that it's soaked up. So I'm just gonna take the excess product that I have, because I usually use 2 pumps of foundation. So 1 full pump for the side of my face makes sense. Let's just go ahead and go on the nose a little bit with this sponge. Alrighty. So we've got that side of the face all blended out. This one worked well. I have no complaints so far. We will use the little pointed part of it to do my under eye concealer and any other concealing that I need to do on my face, but so far so good. This one's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the angled one for the other side of my face. So let me get another pump of foundation. Boop. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and take the kind of flat side here and go ahead and buff that in on this side. It does feel very similar to the Real Technique sponge, so that's good, because I like the Real Technique sponge. By the way, I do already have one video where I compared the 15 beauty sponges that I had at the time. So I will link that in the Ivory, guys, and I'll also link it in my description box for all of these videos. And just in case there's a sponge that you're wondering if I've tried or not, you can just type in Viidreamcatcher and the name of that sponge and my review should pop up. I've got one very angry result of a blemish down here. It was not happy with me, but this is blending out well on top of everything. It's blending out about the same as the other one, so I'm assuming they're probably made of very similar materials. I don't think anything is going to cover up that pimple right now because it's kind of like really, really fresh new skin because I picked at it. Alright, so can you guys tell that one was blended out with a different sponge than the other one? Because honestly, they both blended out perfectly fine. Neither one soaked up more product than the other one, so that part is great. I think it just looks like how it normally looks when I blend out with any of my other favorite sponges. So far so good. I am going to go ahead and I'm gonna put on my brows and I'll be back with you guys to do my under eye concealer. So we're gonna cover them up. And whoa, brow, we've got brows back for you guys. So now we are going to go in with under eye concealer. I am very excited to test this out. We are going to, for the entirety of this series, use the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer in the shade 100.5. 5. And then we are going to be using my RCMA No Color Powder. I got this package off of Amazon to hold it in. It is awesome. I love it. It's a little sifter kind of deal in there. But yes, RCMA No Color Powder, BH Cosmetics Concealer. So let's go ahead and we'll go in on the pink side first. So I'm going to apply some concealer to this eyeball. And we are just going to see how this blends out. This is probably my favorite concealer for full coverage. I do really love the Makeup Revolution one, but it's not as full coverage as this one. So let's go in with the little pointy part of my blender and just blend this puppy into the eye. See how it's blending. I don't see any sort of what's the word I'm looking for, like stamping or anything like that. It looks to be blending it out really seamlessly. I love a seamless concealer blend. Yes. Also, by the way, if you didn't know, if you're new to my channel because you came for this series, well, hello, I'm so excited that you're here. But I do have eyelash extensions, and I do have some purple ones in. So your eyes are not deceiving you. There are purple extensions in there. So now we're going to go in with the RCMA No Color Powder. Going to get a little bit of it in the packaging there, and then I'm going to go ahead and set that concealer on that side because we don't want you to crease now, do we? So let's go ahead and go in with some on my sponge here. Just going to press that into the skin like so. And I don't necessarily bake. I do just kind of melt it into the skin. I do get a little bit of excess powder, but then I kind of turn my sponge a little bit and let that kind of soak it up. That looks really good. I don't know if you guys can see, but that blended it all in perfectly. Okay, this one is this is a winner so far, you guys. I'm loving it. Okay, let's go in on the other side, and we're gonna use the charcoal colored angled sponge. So let's add some concealer over here, and let's do the pointy end of this one. And looking good so far. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. That's looking really good. I do see a little bit of stamping happening, but not anything that doesn't immediately get blended back out. So that's looking really good. I will say that the pink one blended it in a little bit better. With this one, it looks like it's taking up a little bit more of the product. You can kind of see that there. It looks like it's attaching more product to the sponge, but now I'm going to take my powder real quick and I'm just going to melt that into the skin, focusing mainly on the creasing areas of my face. And ooh, you know what? What is happening there? Okay, I think I just had too much powder. Kind of blending it away with that is helping. But I do think this side is not as well blended. Let me get really close and let it focus so you guys can see. This side here, you can see a little bit of kind of not discoloration, but just like patchiness. And I don't see that on this side. So I think that the pink sponge blended it out a little bit better on the concealer side. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more concealer and see if I can cover up this spot on my face. Just a itty bitty bit. Itty bitty 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 bit. I'm just going to take this. Go over it. Oh, that definitely kind of helped. Kind of not. This isn't really the sponge's fault though. Sometimes sponges just take away a little bit too much coverage with like blemishes and stuff. That's not really gonna get covered either way, so I'm not too worried about it. All right guys, so I'm just gonna get up close here and show you how my face looks. All in all, I think it's looking pretty good with these. So after testing out the sponge pack of 2 sponges from Ulta, I definitely would have to give these, if I was giving it like a 1 out of 10 sponges, I would probably give this one like an 8. because the price is really good on these. They feel nice and squishy. They applied the product nicely. I don't have any like major complaints about them. They did their job. They did their freaking job, and they're only technically $5 a sponge. So I really do like these. I would definitely give them an 8, maybe even an 8.5 out of 10 because they are very, very good. So that is everything. There is one little thing about this Ulta one. If you look right on the little tippy tip there, there's a little nubbin. I mean, I could probably just pull that right on off, but just wanted to mention it. Yeah, but other than that, the color of these is super cute. I think that I don't have a charcoal one that looks like this, so that's kind of fun. This one is a little bit closer to a beauty blender. So all in all, day one, total success. I would definitely recommend these sponges. I really like them. They wet underwater super easily, so that was awesome. I love when sponges get wet really easily because sometimes with a sponge, you really have to work with it to get the water soaked up in it. These ones did not. They were really good. So all in all, would definitely recommend the Ulta Blending Sponge 2-pack. So that is it for day one of the 10-day blender bender. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to show some love to the like button down there and do that thing you'll do, you know, when you join the Muse fam, when you subscribe, because if you do, you can be a member of my Muse family, and I love you guys so, so much. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys!